So here we are at our sanding table, and we've got our two Festool sanders, really nice, expensive sanders. The sander alone costs about $500, so you get $1,000 sitting here, and then the dust collection system that they are attached to are $500 a piece as well. So we want to make sure that we really take care of those. So I ask that you always put them on their side like that. If you put them like this, then it starts to wear out the pad. So speaking of the pad, you can also see up on the wall, I've got a reminder for you that you always want to look at the sandpaper. One, make sure that there's sandpaper there. Two, you want to make sure that it isn't all beat up like the one that is in the example there. So we want them to be nice and fresh, clean sandpaper pads, because if you don't, then they start to rip and tear, and it starts to get wear on the machine, and it's going to take you longer to sand your project. So I've got some 120 and 220 grit. The lower the number is, the rougher it is, so the more aggressive it's going to be, and the more it's going to take off. And so you want to, when you put these on, it's just like a Velcro, and if you want to line up the holes so the dust collection goes through and it's not getting all over you and you're not breathing it. And the way that they measure the grit is really, they take a screen, and it's the number of particles that can fall through a screen in a given inch, and that's some kind of measurement that measures how fine the granules are that are attached to the sandpaper. So not really necessarily important, just something to know. So when you're sanding your project, you want a couple things here. You want to make sure that you stay flat. So this will change the dimensions of your box. So if you sit there and if you sand in this area for 10 seconds, you got to sand the whole surface for 10 seconds, because otherwise you'll end up with it not a flat board any longer. So you really want to make sure you stay flat, and so don't get tempted to put the toe in and start digging on it to get rid of something. Just be patient and go over the whole thing consistently, and you'll be better off. Take it easy on our pads. These pads I oftentimes replace. They cost about $50 a piece to replace, because people take it to a corner and start grinding on a corner. You want to make sure that you be very gentle with it. So the key is stay flat, keep it moving, consistent time on each space, and when you're doing an edge or a corner, don't grind on it. If this quits spinning, then you're starting to mess up the pad and you're starting to hurt my sander. So you want to make sure that you're going, if you're going to do a corner like that, you go fairly gentle. So it should look like this. You've got different speeds here. We usually keep it up around 6 or 5. That's going to be best for everything we do. You turn it on with this green button. You just click that button. You can hear the dust collection system just turned off, and you can also hear and see this spinning. So then go down and just stay consistent. And you probably can't see it real well right now, but there's little lines going across all across this board. I've just revealed some planer marks from when it came from the mill. So that's one of the things that we're going to get rid of. When we plane our own material, it leaves the same thing. Sometimes there's streaks this way. And so we're trying to get rid of all machine marks, any tool marks, pencil, glue, all of those things that we want to get rid of to make it look like a nice fresh board before we put a finish on it. We got a nice board without any mill marks, without any pencil marks, anything like that, and I'm good to go.